Hi.
Well, hi, Debbie.
Hi, Lori.
I feel like we're on maybe one of your improv sessions, but welcome to my Creative Journeys interview series. This is my first live in person with Debbie Dannheisser today, our fine artist from Sarasota.
I'm thrilled to be here. I love doing anything with you.
My life has become so much more enriched since we reconnected.
Same.
So,
Same.
Well, I have the written interview, and the written interview is on the blog, but I just wanted to come down and see you today because I haven't seen you in a while, and we're showing off.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of Debbie's fine art threads leggings, which is your very, very successful business. Do you want to start by maybe? Well, how do you want to start? You want to talk about, because I have all your interviews and how creativity started. What are things you'd like to talk about today?
Well, it's never over. That's one thing I'm realizing. There's always a new level of creativity as I age. And
as you age beautifully.
Thank you. I try. And I really, I just had this I don't know what you call it, rebirth of new creativity. It's a new outlet.
Yes.
Which is improv.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that partly because there are times that I, Debbie Dannheisser, get in my head. And some people might call it a block, but I can live in my head, honestly. And art has always been my way of getting out of it. It doesn't always happen right away, but if I stay in that art room long enough, it will happen.
You'll stay in your head.
I'll get out of it.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll go in there with it in.
Yeah.
I'll be in my head.
And then the creative process.
And then eventually I will let go. A lot of times with tears, a lot of time just getting lost in what I'm doing.
Isn't that interesting how painting does that?
It does. And I'm sure there's many modalities of art or creativity that does that for people. And I encourage that so much. I mean, that if one thing, in my life that I want to contribute, I used to do all kinds of other things to, I always feel like giving is like something I have to do, just like with creativity, whether it be through a charity organization or helping friends or giving back to the community.
Debbie is one of the most generous people I think I've ever met in my lifetime. Similar to Tammy Cunningham, anybody who's listening to this blog, the Cunninghams were my really dear friends in Denver, and she and her husband, Noel ran a restaurant, and they used the restaurant as a means to raise money, and then they gave it all away. I mean, they were like the biggest philanthropists. But you and your husband, Dan, are huge philanthropists in Sarasota.
Yeah. It makes a difference for me internally so much, and just become something that is part of me. I mean, I think it always was, maybe. I mean, I would give little tiny things.
Sure.
But it's developed, obviously.
Yeah.
But, that is one gift that I've learned being an artist, is to share that with other people, and people that might not have ever experienced painting or have some sort of form of or outlet to express themselves. That's just something I preach that one. I preach it to the choir.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to do.
So there are two things here I want to talk about. There's the improv, because people might not necessarily know how you came about to that. And then you were talking about the creativity in your studio and how sometimes you're in there and you're really in your head, and you go in there and it helps kind of get you out of your head, stops you from maybe overthinking things that are on your mind or bothering you. But it can be this emotional release for you. I want to follow up with how we kind of reconnected was something that happened with you on that residency that was also from my experience and reading it when it happened, when you went to France for a couple weeks and you started seeing your painting in a whole new way. So those are two things I'd like to
Okay.
follow up with.
I'll try to remember.
Okay, so you
France one first?
let's do the France one first.
Okay,
that's how
because I love how we reconnected.
Yeah.
You know, we had interactions, and I took a workshop with Lori years ago.
8 years ago.
8 years ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I, always felt a kindred spirit
Yeah.
to you. And
But we really hadn't seen each other.
no,
for
and we just kind of got life.
Mhm.
And then when I was in France, I went with my sister. It was an artist residency
Last summer.
Yeah. This glorious village in the middle of nowhere.
And
3
what was
hours
the town?
from
Do you remember the name of the town?
was
Sounds your French.
yes, I'm so French. Let me see.
I can write it down. I can put it at the
My
end of the
sister
blog.
will be mad that I don't know. Point. It'll come to me. But it was, oh God, it was just amazing. And I will think of it, or if not, I'll.
And Veronique was
an artist that when my sister goes and she brings groups there, she has travel groups and people that paint with her that have never painted, that paint all the time. But she has workshops and she does all kinds of wonderful things, side trips and whatnot. And she had this visiting artist, and I got the opportunity to go see her. And while I was there, I was really trying to get out of my head. And I wanted to, I admire Lori so much because she just lets whatever comes out come out, and without judgment. And it
sometimes I could cry
and
a lot.
I have trouble. I try to paint pretty,
Yeah.
and I don't let myself just go down and dirty and do whatever comes out. And I'm always trying to make it pretty. And I wanted to just be more free while I was there and do something different. And while I was in a gallery local, this is kind of a long way of getting to this, but it was a coastal gallery, and I am very easily influenced, and I was, doing coastal, and I wasn't playing with my colors as much, and I kind of got into a monochromatic thing. They were all beautiful. I thought they were really beautiful, but they didn't have what I felt me was. I like a lot of color, even if it's undertones. I like things peering out, and I like a little bit more. And my goal always is to be more free. So I wanted to try that, and then I just got in touch with the yummiest colors. There were so many beautiful colors in France, and I was definitely influenced by the colors of the sky, and they had some yellow, I forget what it was called, growing, and it was just magnificent.
Is it the mimose?
No, again.
Anyway. Don't worry.
I only speak of the language of love, and then I forget all that stuff. Anyway, so anyway, I was returning to these beautiful colors,
yes.
And but I still was struggling. Because I was like, I'm doing landscape. I wanted to just be more free. So we went and visited this artist. She's this big. She's like this big, and she's just a powerhouse. And I immediately, when I walked in her studio, my whole body, the feeling went through my whole body. I was so moved immediately. She had paintings like all over, and she had gouache, she had every kind of brush, every kind of paint, watercolor, gouache, acrylic, oil, all kinds of stuff everywhere, crayons, just everywhere.
It was like a candy store.
It was a candy store, and she had like 10 or 12 paintings going all at once, and she just went and did a little thing here, and a little thing there, and a little thing here. And whatever came out, she just honored, and she healed herself. I heard her story. She healed herself with cancer.
By your painting?
By her painting.
Wow.
She stopped.
I've never heard that story.
She stopped worrying about what other people wanted and thought of her. What she did, what she wanted. And it just struck me like a a light being
Yeah.
bulb.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just, like, I could just feel it in my body that was really what I wanted.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to get there necessarily, knowing that if you just keep painting and keep doing what you're doing, you know, trying to break up things, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I had a real true vision of what I wanted for myself. And I still want that,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
I kind of took a little break and I'll get back to it. But that's my amazing breakthrough story from France, is really truly identifying what art is for me and what is art is a metaphor for life. It's what I want for myself, to let go of what everybody else wants from me and do for myself, and fall in love with what comes out of me and honor what comes out of me instead of judging it. You know, I can be and we all can be our worst critics, and you know, all that. So that's that, which came home and, you know, just realized that I wasn't necessarily a gallery girl.
Yeah.
I wanted to be more exploratory and be on my own. And I mean, if you look at my art, everything is different.
We're in your home right now, and there's art everywhere, and it's all so. A lot of the artwork you have here is really ethereal, and let me just take this around for a second if you want to keep talking. But like this piece, I really love that piece. Was that post France?
Yeah.
Or
yes.
Yeah.
Post France.
Yeah. I mean, just the lightness of that, like
Yes.
of a sunrise or
Yes,
sunset.
that was post France.
This one, I love this piece.
I did this before I went in the gallery, which was kind of going on the direction I wanted to go, but it wasn't coastal, so I didn't really, you can move those candlesticks if you want, but I did that before the gallery, and I love trees so much. And then I was, you know, looking at, that was actually before the gallery.
Really?
Yeah, which surprised me. I was doing a show and I was influenced by the store of where the show was. And I just love the brush, the shadowy, no, what do you call it?
The texture?
The texture, but it's,
they're pretty
ethereal,
rich.
But it's dry brush.
Yes.
Dry brush.
Yeah.
I just love that look and feel.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, so I just felt like I wanted to get back to that and back to color and doing different things, because I get bored easily, and this is my grand dog and he needs attention. He's a big boy. So anyway, then it was like I couldn't paint again.
When you got home.
Yeah, it was like I couldn't paint for the gallery because I didn't want to do what I was doing.
Yeah.
And there were other people in there were doing already what the colors and everything that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got out of the gallery and then I got stuck. And then I got real concerned that if I didn't get into something, that my little old head would just ruin me. So I had a friend that did improv, and she encouraged me to go with her on a Saturday.
Teresa.
And she's a coach, and
she leads improv.
She leads improv, and she is brilliant at what she does. And I had a blast. I took that Saturday and I got completely out of my head, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it was the silliest thing, and I just love being silly. I just love like letting go and being silly, but I don't let myself have that permission so much because I'm trying to be appropriate or whatever, but I really have a silly side.
That's why we get along really well, because we're both really goofy.
I just love being
what's
goofy.
wrong? Why not?
Right.
Life is more fun.
Right.
You're just goofy.
So I'm totally committed for the rest of my life to just bring the fun everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Like even trips are better because I have this goal, or I have a purpose. I'm bringing the funny. Like You know, I mean, I've had some trauma in my life.
You've had trauma. You've had a
And
lot
we've
of
all
trauma.
have, but you know, you can look at the bad stuff, or you can look at the good stuff, and it just takes one little tiny shift in a day. Look at what you had, what you accomplished, or what you didn't accomplish, and I choose to look at what I did do and what I am accomplishing and what is good about somebody and what works. And improv is a support structure for that, because I have a teacher. I mean, Teresa does it too. That's what improv is finding the pearls in life. And I'm in a group. It's supportive. I go every Monday, and the teacher just picks out what worked in the scene. Like, I feel like I just bombed, and he will find a jewel.
Interesting.
And I just want to commit the rest of my life to that.
So Teresa's not the
No,
leader
not
yet. Okay.
no, but
Okay.
she actually teaches, but she opted to do it with me, so she's in my class with me, and she's also leading and going to be leading classes
And
like that.
So what? Just
So
if anybody else wants to
Dave-
take this class,
yeah.
so what else? How would you go about finding?
Well,
this class?
if you want to try it, they have 3 to 5 on Saturdays
who
at
is it?
Florida Studio
Okay.
Theaters, downtown Sarasota,
Florida Studio
FST,
Studio Theaters.
and you can go and take a class and just try it. And it seems so scary, but they make it so fun and easy. And I basically, you know, like, I think the thing was, okay, Debbie, you're a receptionist in an office and you get everything wrong. I'm like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then my girlfriend was in town, and I made her do it, and she walked, and I was still listening to the guy tell me that, and she walked up to me and she said, Debbie, I want you to put all the calls through to John Silverman today. And I went, huh? And that was it. Everybody laughed, and I was done. And I was like, they had me at hello right there. I was like, I could do this all day long. I went, huh? And it wasn't even fake.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, so this is something I would love to try with you now that I was doing all that yoga yoga school stuff, and now that's I passed that class and I passed my exam.
Oh my God.
So I plowed through. It was a 200-hour training. I plowed through it in like 6 weeks.
That's amazing.
So I mean, it was like I was going to school full time.
Yeah.
But now I only have like 8 to 10 hours left to just. I have to do some kind of I have to do homework assignments, but. Which is fine. Like you have to make all these sequencing classes. But when that's done, I'm gonna go with you.
Oh,
to
I
these
want
classes
you to. You
because
would be so good.
I think it would be
so
hilarious. I
Good.
think
It
it'd be
is really hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, and there's some distinctions you learn,
Sure.
but they are things that you want to learn in life. Be bold. Commit. Like, it has helped me in life. Like, I'm like, oh, should I do that or should I do that? And then if I do that, then I'm like, oh God, I should have done that. And you know, it has totally given me more confidence to trust what I picked and get behind it and commit to it.
Yeah.
And just, I don't even have to think about what I'm going to wear. I put it on. Oh, I pull it out. Oh, I'm wearing this today. It's just crazy little stuff.
It's almost like you learn to commit, you learn to commit and trust your instincts. So your instinct came up.
Yeah.
You listen to your instinct. You go that way, and you don't second guess it.
No.
You don't sit and
I
hem
don't
and
have
haw,
time for that.
hem and haw.
I'm doing other stuff. I really like. I would spend way too much time trying to figure out things.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not doing that.
Well, Ralph makes this joke with me all the time. Like, if he'll ask me a question about like, what do you want? Or if he'll give me a choice. I think it's also kind of a Midwestern thing, or maybe a familial thing.
Yeah.
But like where he'll give me a choice, and I'm like, well,
right.
Or you're constantly thinking about like, well, what does the other person want? You don't want to upset the other person.
Right.
But you know, sometimes it's like, you're a squirrel in the middle of the road. You're a squirrel in the middle of the road. I'm like, I know I'm the squirrel. I know I'm like the squirrel. I can be the squirrel. And he's like, but you got to make the decision so you don't get run over. I'm like, ah.
I know, right?
But
yeah.
So I think that would really help me also just get behind something. Like he's always like, just make a decision already. And I'm like, I don't know.
I know. You just don't want it to be the wrong one.
Right. But I think so.
And that's how you learn. I mean,
Yeah, you're practicing.
That's what I want
making
people to
decisions.
do. Is
You're making practicing
take
decisions.
a class and let it be wrong.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You just
Yeah.
look at you did it. You
Yeah.
stepped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we're gonna at the end of the show or in the end of the blog, I'm gonna put. This is a show already. See, I'm making this
Yeah,
to
I
a
like
television.
this.
I'm making this to a show. I'm going to put links to the Florida Studio Theater.
Okay.
I'm going to put links to Veronique's studio and to La Pointe Pen or something
Yes,
like that.
La
Pointe Pen. Is it?
I don't know
it's
French.
La
La
Pointe.
Pointe.
And I'll put a link to the residency that you went to with your sister.
Yes.
And then I'll put Veronique because Veronique is an independent artist separate from the residency.
Yes.
Okay, she just happens to be in this village.
Yes.
So I'll put
and
all
so
that
is my
information.
sister. She does these
and her sister
retreats.
Trish Land.
She does retreats.
Trish Land is your sister, and she's an artist who lives in Georgia. And she took you last year.
Yeah.
She takes.
Well, she didn't really take me.
No.
I applied.
Oh, okay.
I applied on my own and got accepted.
But she also takes
and
groups.
She takes groups, and
okay.
she went with me.
Yeah.
So we
So
roomed
both
together
got it,
and everything,
yeah.
and we both did it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
2 weeks we were there.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 weeks of glory of just getting up and painting every day,
Sure.
and having fresh croissants and fresh farm eggs and walking around this French village that I can't remember how to say the village.
I think, and it was because of you, Debbie, that because you came back from this residency and you're like, wow, it changed my life. It changed how I looked at my painting. It changed how I want to paint. It was like this huge light bulb moment. And I thought, we were sitting right here. You were sitting here and your sister was here.
Oh, yeah.
Your sister's wife, Michelle, was here. And I was like, I want to do that. Like you totally inspired me. Like, I want to do a residency.
Yes.
I want to have my mind blown.
Yeah.
And happened in a different way.
It did, but you had your mind blown.
But I had my mind blown.
And you're going to do retreats too.
And I'm going to do retreats.
Yes.
Maybe it's something we end up doing together.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to maybe starting those in the spring next year, because I already have the place lined up. And so we already have the schedule. Could be 2 weeks in Sardinia in the spring next year. That would be nature-based, but also expressive theories, creative based, where you can journal, you can do art. There'll be time set aside to do that, to do some meditation and some walking, some yoga, but it's not an artist retreat as much as it's if somebody wants to go and have these creative moments, they can. But when I was talking with Daniela, who owns the guest house where that was going to be the base of our retreat, and she likes to write, and she's also a chef, and she was like, well, does that have to be for artists? And we kept thinking, why don't we make a women's retreat where you can have
a goddess retreat.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe that's going to be another element of it, but really kind of a mix of nature focused and having it be one of those slow travel retreats where we go to Sardinia. We're based at this one place for 2 weeks. We can do sightseeing, but it's not like we have to go.
Right.
It's like we can just sit and we can absorb the culture. We can absorb what the locals are doing. We can enjoy the Sardinia is so unbelievably naturally beautiful, and it's quiet, and the places we are more rural, and kind of like the small village in France where you can just go and be in it.
It was wonderful just to
maybe
in the city and feel part of the village.
Maybe we have a goofy goddess.
Right,
retreat that includes improv. With locals. Right. We could do.
My God!
We could do. What was those things where people? Remember those things where people would gather?
The jousting thing?
No, people would gather and they would do dances someplace.
Oh yeah.
What are those called?
Well, they have a drum circle here locally in Sarasota on Sunday nights, but.
Oh, like a mob. What a flash mob.
Oh, flash mob.
We could have like an improv flash mob.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to Scotland.
Yes. So tell us
in a month.
Tell us what's new. What's coming
so
up for
I'm
Debbie.
going to Scotland, and in the past, I have not been a very good traveler. I don't know. It's that old head thing. I'm new. There's a lot of people, especially if you go with other people.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. And I never really.
Are you going with a group?
I'm going with a group. And groups have always been challenging for me for whatever reason. I'm just more, I don't know, I worry too much about what my husband's doing or what I'm doing or what, I just worry too much. But I have changed. The last 4 trips I have had glorious time, and it's all been because I am committed to fun. And that I look for the funny, I look for fun, I look for improv, I look for ways to bring in the joy. And I just didn't have that as a purpose before. And I was more, whatever you want to do, whatever I'm so nice, it's ridiculous. But I'm nice still, but with a little more of commitment into really bringing more to the table from me. That's more with a joint thing. So anyway,
how long is your trip?
It's 10 days.
Okay.
And I found that while I'm there is an international improv festival.
Stop it.
Nope. So I decided that I was going to plan one night of improv, and the people can go that we're going with or not. Whatever they want.
What wonderful timing. Huh?
And they all want to go. And it's an hour long. And, I don't know if I'm going to be able to understand them, but I'm going to go. Even improv.
I think that's great.
It's going to be fun.
What are the chances?
Right?
What are the chances
so,
that's going on?
So
it's your new
if you
favorite
look
thing.
for miracles and magic, it's here. And that's, things are happening that way.
Well, maybe someone will be recording this, and then maybe we can do a follow-up when you get back on what happened with improv and Debbie and Debbie's new approach to life with the trip.
Yes, because I was fretting, I was fretting before because, anyway, I'm good now.
So the group, do you have like a guide, or you guys are just
we have a guide on some things, and then other times we don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this will be exciting. When do you go?
We go August 13th.
Okay. Well, what else do we need to touch on? We talked about with the retreat in France and painting, and how painting is really important to you and your creative process is changing, and improv is really this key thing that you've learned so far, and it's really changed your life. Any kind of final thoughts or whatever that you want to add? Because we're going to do a follow-up for sure. But...
I'm looking forward to our senior friendship. We're doing a little workshop there next week.
Oh, that's right. You and I.
I'm looking forward to
together.
That. Yeah, together. Our first together.
A fun floral.
Yeah, I'm going to make people do a little improv warm up.
Yeah.
And
we're leading a 2-hour floral painting workshop class at nighttime, or 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
And Debbie and I have never led a class together. And I'm totally confident that this is going to be like the most fun, hilarious class that could be co-led around flowers.
Oh God, right?
Because we don't take things too seriously. I mean, things are important. Obviously, I'm very serious about art and creativity and mental health and all that stuff. But the rest of it, I'm really looking forward to this class.
Yes, me too.
Because it's a brand new situation. It's a brand new setting. I've never led anything there. We've never led anything together. And I think we have planned. So don't think it's like we haven't planned.
Yeah, we've studied.
We've studied and we've planned and we've done some things together. But I think I'm really looking forward. We'll also follow up on how our class ended up going. Maybe we can get feedback sheets from people.
Right?
Was it too loosey-goosey? But I think we have enough experience painting flowers that we could have the dog here paint some flowers.
The dog could do it. His paw kind of looks like a petal.
He's so huge.
Isn't he? He's big.
Well, honey, thanks for talking with me today. This was great.
It really was.
It was right around 30 minutes, so perfect timing.
Oh, good. Well,
I really appreciate
I
you.
appreciate
And there'll
you
be a
too.
link to Debbie's. I would say besides your painting, she's got this amazing leggings business. So I'm putting a link to your Fine Art Threads, your website, and so there's a whole host of products you can buy. I mean, her leggings seem to be the most popular.
I focus on that.
But you have shorts and hats and
Yeah.
anything else you want to say about that? New designs coming out?
I do have some new designs coming out.
Okay.
I know. I've been playing, which is great because I have so many designs. You can get lost on my website. There's thousands. Oh yeah.
Holy moly.
Oh yeah. It's
Holy moly.
I was so, that was a healing situation when I started, and now I found out I can change the colors, and I can, take a piece of my art and blow that up.
Sure.
And, I've learned so much.
Sure.
So, yeah, there's lots. So good. Have fun.
Have fun
Take some
shopping on
time.
her site because and these are the most
Oh.
I'm wearing them right now, and we're both wearing them right now.
That's right.
These
They're
are
like
the most
butter.
they're the
like
most
butter.
comfortable
They are.
leggings actually that I have ever worn.
I forget that I have them on, honestly.
Well, 'cause
I
they're
go
like-
to
they're like
bed
a
and
second
I
skin.
forgot to take them off.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks, Debbie.
Yes, thank you guys.
See you later.
Bye.